Hello. Hello.
Vandy, can you hear us?
I can.
Okay. We're still a couple minutes out.
Okay.
You actually got here before Norman did, so.
Oh my gosh. Let it be noted. I was early.
Steve was here early too, so we're not sure what's going to happen
Oh,
now, both of you.
I was going to say, if me and Steve were both early, the moon is coming up on the wrong side of the world or something.
She did.
She's on the phone.
Okay, that's good. Hey, Junior. Don gonna be with us. Okay. to call the meeting of the North Rock Planning Commission to order. If you would, please call the roll.
Banks. Here. Basco.
Here.
Chambers. Foster. Here. Phillips. Here. Pierce.
Here.
Wallace. White. And Chairman Clifton.
Here. Do I hear a motion for the commissioners not present? Motion made and seconded. All those commissioners not present, be excused. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you. You have been submitted a copy of the minutes of our previous meetings. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Motion made and seconded to be approved as submitted. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you. I'll slow down a minute, Miss Vandy, to get you.
Okay, sorry.
Under our Public Planning Commission hearing items, our first case is special use case number 2023-38, a special use to allow the continuation of a short-term rental in an R2 zone at 4900 Hickory Avenue. Is the applicant here? Yes, please come up and give us your name for the record.
My name is Madison Henderson. I am here on behalf of the 4900 Hickory Avenue property.
Okay. Has all of the notifications and everything been met?
Yes, sir.
Has there been any communications on this application?
No, sir.
Is there anyone, Mr. White?
I thought we were approved.
We have a few more. These are cleanups. This one was actually on the last agenda and the applicant had a conflict, so we're working through them. Uh-huh.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this application, either for or against? On the application as submitted, please call the roll.
Banks? Yes. I'm sorry. Blasco?
Yes.
Foster? Yes. Phillips? Yes. Pierce?
Yes.
White? Yes. And Chairman Clifton.
Yes, your application was approved. See Mr. Spencer, and he can tell you what you might do next.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number two, special use case 2023-40, special use to allow continuation of a short-term rental in an R1 zone at 1208 Skyline Drive. Is the applicant here? Please come up and give us your name for the record, please.
Hello, my name is Kendall Capps.
Okay. Has all of the requirements been met?
Yes, sir.
Has there been any notification from anyone on this application?
We have received a few calls. Several of them just questions, but there were a few that stated opposition.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this application, either for or against? Yes, please come up and give us your name, please, for the record.
Good afternoon. My name is Jack Morgan Barron. I live at 1206 Skyline Drive, so directly next door. And I'm for the application. It's something that she's already been doing. The tenants have been fine. I have no opposition whatsoever. The only issue I have, and it's really not the applicant's fault, there's always been a little fence. Well, I say little. There's actually an extenuation that basically doubles the size of the fence on one side of that. It's real small. I mean, it's maybe 20 feet long, but that would be something that I would like to see if it could maybe either A, get torn down, or B, make it to where it's more sturdy. That's really the only thing. I didn't know if this was the forum to do that, but that's the only thing that I have, just is more of just a safety hazard.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
That's a question the applicant might be able to answer.
Yeah.
Would you like to address that?
So that, it's like a taller fence, is that what you're
Right,
talking about?
And it was before she was even there.
Yeah.
It was basically doubled the size. They took another 8-foot fence and put it up. It's a wooden.
That's just because my windows to my bedroom are literally right there.
Yeah.
So I could see you every morning.
Right.
If they weren't there, that's the only reason. Like he said, they were there before I moved in, so.
So are you asking that if she would be willing to remove that? Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
Caps?
I don't foresee a problem with that, yeah. I mean, that's fine with me.
Okay,
You'll be
Mr.
able
White?
to see inside my windows.
Well, and I have a deck right there.
Yeah.
So that's part of it as well.
That's
Okay. Right. But she's gonna do it either.
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming up here and.
And just a reminder, that
For it.
doesn't have anything to do with
Right.
the application of what she's
The
here.
application for it, it's been
Okay.
fine.
Very good.
Thank you.
Any comments from any of the commissioners? On the application as presented, please call the roll.
Banks? Yes. Blasco?
yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Phillips? Yes. Pierce?
Yes.
White? Yes. And Chairman Clifton?
Yes, your application was approved here. See Mr. Spencer, and he can tell you what you might do next.
Okay, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Item number 3 is rezone case 2023-27, a rezoning from C3 to R4 to allow future development of townhomes at 7616 North Hills Boulevard. Is the applicant here? Yes, give us your name, please.
Hey, my name's Hayden Buckley.
I'm sorry?
Hayden Buckley.
Okay. And has he met all the requirements?
Yes, and this one did generate a lot of interest. But once they found out what the rezoning was for, to R4 to allow them to build townhouses, there wasn't any opposition to that.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this application? Are there any comments from any of the commissioners? On the application as presented, please call the roll.
Banks? Yes. Blasco?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Phillips? Yes. Pierce?
Yes.
White? Yes. And Chairman Clifton?
Your application was approved. See Mr. Spencer, and he can tell you where you might do next. Thank you.
Didn't hear a
Next
yes out of
case.
him.
I'm sorry?
I didn't hear a
You did
yes
say
out of,
didn't you?
you forgot to vote.
Sorry. I vote yes.
Thank you.
Number 4, rezone case 2023-26, rezoning from R1 to C4 to allow future development of an office warehouse at 7123 Service Road. Is the applicant here? Yes, come up and give us.
I'm John Jacoby, 7123 Service Road.
Okay. And do future development of an office warehouse?
Yes, sir.
Has all the qualifications been met and turned in?
Yes, and you do have a letter of opposition, or an email of opposition. You do have an email of opposition and you're sitting at your seat.
Yes. You have that in your packet, if you've looked at it. Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this application? Yes, sir. Please come up and give us your name.
And Chairman Clifton, if I may, this email, Donna, has a different address than what's on the agenda? Okay, so. Okay, but this one says 7123 Service Road on the application, and then on the email it says 7213 Service Road. Same? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yes, sir.
I'm Joe Reynolds, and I live at 4122 Aspen Drive, and this subdivision lived in for 44 years. It's a Meadow Lane Acre subdivision, and I'm a chairman of the Meadow Lane Association, Property Owners Association. They've asked me to come here and speak in opposition to this. This particular property, they've been down here 3 times since over a period of time to ask for zoning changes. First time they wanted to put a used car lot in, and that didn't happen. Then they come back less than a year ago and wanted to take it from C3 to R1, and they were allowed to do that. Now they want to come back and jump back to C4. And we are opposed out there about this situation. We don't want to start to get into commercial buildings in that area. Like I say, I've lived out there 44 years, and most of the people that lived out there had been there anywhere from 30 to 50 years. And it's an old subdivision, and we're trying to keep an eye on what's going on, and we don't think going to a C4 is a good idea for that area, and I don't know, they keep coming back for different zones and different situations and whatever. And I understand that people have property, they want to develop it and do it. I used to be a builder myself. I know how it works. I know for sure how it works. So anyway, but we're opposed to it at this time for this situation. And whatever, we let them go for the R1, so they wanted to build a garage to put their car in. They never did that. And now they want to jump back to C4. And like I say, we're opposed to it. And I don't know, the only way that I got notification was somebody got a letter. I guess they have to mail a letter to somebody within 200 feet. I live a little more than 200 feet away. And they called me and they got me involved in this. And they all, senior citizens, didn't really want to get out and come down here, and all of them. And so I told them I'd come down here and represent our Property Owners Association, and that's what I'm doing here. And I appreciate your consideration on this, and hopefully you'll vote the way that the subdivision people want and need. And we hope sometimes they can develop the property into something that'll be acceptable to the neighborhood.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Reynolds.
And I don't have any animosity towards anybody or any property owner or whatever. And on occasion, I come down here and voice my opinion here at the city council meeting. And I've been threatened with bodily harm because I come down here occasionally, but that's okay, bring it on, you know, so. Whatever.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. Yes, sir. Mr. Spencer, this was all C3 and it got rezoned back to R1?
There's a house there, and they were wanting to build a garage for it, but it was zoned wrong, so we couldn't issue a permit for that, so they rezoned it. The garage was never built, is that correct? No. Yeah, it's first, yeah. And so now they're asking to do an office warehouse.
Okay. Mr. White?
And so right next door to C3, and R1 and a C4, and R1 and a C3, so there is C3s and C4s.
It was all C3 at one time. And then recently, the 2 R1s came through, and then I think the C4, 5 or 6 years ago or something came through. But originally, it was all C3 on MacArthur.
And it has to be C4 for warehouse?
For the warehouse part. The office part would be okay, but it's the warehouse that kicks it in.
What is the land use plan for this? C3, okay. Okay, yes, sir.
We are planning on making off MacArthur. We're gonna make a driveway off MacArthur putting culverts in, and the parking will be there in front of MacArthur. So it won't be coming in from the small road on Service Road that runs behind it. It'll actually be coming off of MacArthur.
Okay.
You'll see it in the plans.
Okay, yeah. Okay, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this application? Comments from the commissioners? The staff does not have a recommendation. Okay, on the application, please call the roll.
Banks? Yes. Plasko?
No.
Foster?
Yes.
Phillips? No. Pierce?
Yes.
Wallace, do you want to vote? Abstain. Okay. White? Yes. And Chairman Clifton?
No. Your application did not pass. You need 5 to pass. You do have the option to get an alderman to take it
Banks,
before the city council.
Pierce, and White.
This is just a recommendation from the planning commission that they will review at the time if you go before the city council.
May I ask the reason that we didn't pass? I mean, do I need to redo something, or you just don't want that zoning there?
Any comments? Anybody want to make a comment?
A real quick answer,
We don't-
Mr. You got a negative recommendation, so they didn't fail you. Okay, so you're going to city council with a negative recommendation. So it's not, it's a technical thing there, but it's, so that they make a recommendation, that's all their body is. And then at city council, there'll be a vote. So you haven't been turned down by this body here. You just received a negative recommendation at city council. But, I mean, but you still could ask that question, it's up to them to answer, but it's.
Okay, thank you. Item number 5, rezone case number 2023-28, a rezoning from C3 to I2 to allow future development of an office for a large vehicle carrier company located near the Air Force Base, north of I-40 and west of the UP main rail line. Is the applicant here?
Charles Wise.
Pardon?
It's, yeah, ABF, not the Air Force Base.
ABF.
I do.
Okay, good. Yes, sir, your name was again?
Charles Wise.
Okay. Has all the notifications and everything been turned in for this?
Yes, sir, and no comment from any of the callers.
Comments? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this application? Any comments from the commissioners? On the application as submitted, please call the roll.
Banks? Yes. Plasko?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Phillips? Yes. Pierce?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
White? Yes. And Chairman Clifton?
Yes, your application was approved. See Mr. Spencer, and he can tell you what you might do
Thank you.
next. Thank you. Item number 6 is rezone 2023-29, a rezoning from a C3 to an R4 to allow the redevelopment of the site with multifamily at 5517 MacArthur Drive. Is the applicant here?
I'm Zane Robbins, and I'm here on the behalf of the owner.
Okay. And what are you wanting to do there?
She's wanting to renovate it and change it from a hotel to like where it's multifamilies in multiple buildings. Looks like this. It's like townhomes.
Has The applicant presented everything necessary for this.
Yes, sir.
Had any comments from the community?
We did receive a couple calls, but no one in opposition.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this application? Yes, sir, please come up and give us your name.
Kenneth Prater, and I was wanting to know if it's rental, are they building for sale? You know, I got property across the road from my dad's motel there, you know.
Okay. Yes, sir, can you answer that?
Rental,
I'm sorry?
long-term rental.
Rentals? Okay, that answered your question, Mr. Prater.
I'm against rental.
Okay,
I think it causes a lot of problems, you know.
okay. Mr. White?
You did say long-term rentals, right?
Okay, is there anyone else in the audience that would like to speak on this application? Does the staff have a summary on this, or? Okay,
I have one more question.
Mr. White?
So you're gonna tear down all the ones that are there now and rebuild those, so it'll be like a brand new?
Sir, I don't know if you've been by there, but the tornado pretty much wiped it.
Oh,
Everything.
that makes sense.
It's not very good.
Okay,
Okay.
on the, please call the roll on the application as submitted.
Banks? Plasko?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Phillips? Yes. Pierce?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
And Chairman Clifton.
No. Your application did pass. See Mr. Spencer, and he can tell you what you might do next.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 7 is our subdivision, Lot 3, site plan review, located at 7900 block of Burkhalter Haas Drive. Is the applicant here?
Mr. Holloway called at the last minute and is asking if he had an emergency and asking if we could cover for him, and if something is not going smooth or something, postpone it till the next time or something. But he's asking if staff would be able to answer any questions for you.
Okay. This has been before the Site Plan Review Committee, and these are the recommendations from the Site Plan Review. And so has he indicated to you that he is agreeable to all 13 items? Yes, sir. Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this application? Any comments from the commissioner, Mr. White?
What about 7D, about the trees?
I would assume that if he has agreed to everything, that he would agree
He has to do the trees.
to that.
Okay, I just want to make sure. It was underlined.
Of course, they have the option to go before the city council to that. Okay. Anyone in the audience want to speak on this application? On the application as submitted, please call the roll.
Banks? Yes. Plasko?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Phillips? Yes. Pierce?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
White? And Chairman Clifton.
Yes. So you can notify the applicant that it was passed here today. Thank you. Item number 8, site plan review for our subdivision 2023-69, Today's Power preliminary plat and site plan review located at 7400 block of Industry Drive. Is the applicant here?
Sir.
Yes, sir. Give us your name for the record, please.
Laren Dalby with Today's Power.
Yes, sir. Okay. This has been before the site plan review. These were the recommendations coming from the site plan review committee. Have you been given a copy of these?
If I have, I apologize, I don't have them with me.
Okay, Mr. Banks, can you,
And I feel sure I probably have.
okay. These are standard items that are addressed for site plan review.
Yes, sir, I'm familiar with these. I want to say that there were several things in visiting with the engineer that they did not feel was necessary. And part of that had to do with where it was being built, and that there was already infrastructure in place there. So there were some items there. And then I believe, if I recall, I spoke with you about the trees that are a requirement. We would request a variance on that, I'm sure. Trees and a solar farm really don't go very well together, so if we need to ask for a variance, that's what we would do.
Okay, you couldn't ask for those here. You'll have to get those through the city council.
Yes, sir.
So your alderman that you get to possibly take before the council, he can ask for that waiver on those. The other things that some were mentioned here during the site plan review, you were to get with the city engineer and work those out. Have they been addressed, you know? Have you worked with the city engineer's office to address those issues that were brought up?
Yes, sir, and they've already provided the permits that were required in here, in this document. I think it's item number 3 and potentially another item. So we've received those permits from them already.
Okay.
I spent about half a day down there with them.
Okay. Anyone in the audience would like to speak on this application? Any comments from any commissioners? On the application as presented, please call the roll.
Banks?
Yes.
Glasgow?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Pierce?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
White? And Chairman Clifton.
Yes. Your application was approved here. See Mr. Spencer, and he can tell you what you might do next. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 9, special use case 2023-35, a special use to allow a type 2 short-term rental in an R1 zone at 27 Coronado Circle. Is the applicant here? Is this the one that they kind of walked out on?
They were at design review, not our last meeting, but the meeting before, and they didn't send notice for your last public hearing, so they asked to be on this agenda. So I'm not sure what happened, why they're not here.
Mr. White?
I noticed on the others, it's got the word allow a continuation, but on this one, it does not. Is there difference?
I think that's my mistake, because it has been operating as a short-term rental, and you did receive an email from a neighbor that was not in favor. But I will, if you want to postpone it, I will get a hold of them, get them at the next meeting.
Next item, item number 10, subdivision 2023-03 plat of a residential subdivision at the northwest corner of River Road and Paul Dukes Drive. Time extension, Article 4.5, approval of a pre-plat. We have a memorandum from the planning staff. Would you tell us what we're looking at?
So the applicant came through for approval of a preliminary plat in August of 2023. And plats are valid for a period of 18 months. As long as work is actively progressing on the plat, then the plat will remain valid. The commission has the ability to grant a one-time 12-month time extension. They have, and they can probably give you a whole lot better detail than I can, but the developer's been working with wastewater, which seems to be the holdup on getting the subdivision off the ground. The original plans included a pump station, which when they presented to wastewater, they did not accept the pump station. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to the applicant's engineer and let her tell you where everything that's been going on to this point.
Yes, ma'am, give us your name, please.
Hi, Megan Weckworth. I'm with the Tyler Group out of Conway. We've been working with the applicant on this. We went through about 3 different scenarios with the sewer. I think we finally got one, and so we just need just a little bit more time to resolve it.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this application? Is there any comments from any of the commissioners? So this will be an application for the time extension for a year?
The new expiration date will be August of 2024. So it'd be 12 months from the date of the previous expiration.
Any other comments on the app? Yes, sir, Mr. Wallace.
Yeah, we've been working with an adjacent property owner to get sewer across them, and we're pretty close on actually getting that resolved. So I think we'll have enough time.
Okay, on the application, please call the roll.
Banks? Yes. Glasgow?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Phillips? Yes. Pierce?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
White? And Chairman Clifton.
Yes, your application was approved. Thank you. Is there any other business to come before the commission? Public comments, anyone? Motion?
So moved. Second.
Made and seconded, we be adjourned. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you, Vandy.